Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to tell you about a murder, not the kind that fills the news or echoes in dark alleys. No, this one happens in silence. It happens every day. Inside us, a dream was murdered, a vision was strangled, purpose was left bleeding on the floor of fear, doubt, and excuses. And the killer? You already know them. You see them every morning in the mirror. You see, this mystery isn't about who did it. It's about why it happened. It's because somewhere between someday and maybe, we let our fire die. We let the world convince us that average was enough. But hear me now, you can't bury destiny. You can't silence a calling. You can't erase the fingerprints of greatness that are all over your soul. If you listen closely, you'll hear it. The heartbeat of that dream still pounding beneath the dirt. It's not too late. You can solve this mystery. You can bring that dream back to life. So rise up. Dust off your purpose. Apologize to the person you were meant to be, and be them. It's the real crime. Would be leaving this world without ever becoming who you truly are, because this murder mystery will haunt you forever. Unless you decide to rewrite the ending, there's a murder that happens quietly every single day. It doesn't make the news. It doesn't leave behind crime scene tape or flashing lights, but it leaves something even worse, an emptiness that echoes. It's the murder of a dream that once burned so brightly in your heart, a dream that used to keep you awake at night, filled with excitement and possibility. But somewhere along the way, that light dimmed. You told yourself, maybe later. You convinced yourself it wasn't the right time. And slowly, quietly, that dream stopped breathing. You didn't mean to kill it. You were just trying to survive. You were trying to fit in, to please, to be practical. But one small compromise after another, one fear after another, and before you knew it, your purpose was gone. This murder didn't happen with a weapon. It happened with words like someday can't, and maybe next year. It happened when you let the opinions of others drown out your own voice. It happened when you stopped believing that you were meant for more. So when I say murder, I don't mean tragedy. I mean the silent surrender of the life you were meant to live. And the mystery we face now is whether you will keep running from that truth or face it and bring your dream back to life. Lean in for a moment. I want to tell you something, but you have to listen closely. This isn't the kind of story you shout. It's the kind you whisper. Because what I'm about to say isn't easy to hear. There's something lurking in the quiet corners of your life. Something you felt but never faced. Waits in the stillness. In those moments when the world goes silent and your thoughts grow loud. You know it's there. You've tried to ignore it. You've distracted yourself with noise, with work, with people, with anything that keeps you from looking too deep. But late at night, when the lights go out, you feel it breathing beside you. That shadow of regret, that whisper of what could have been. It's not a ghost from your past. It's a reminder. A haunting presence that says, you were meant for more. And every time you pretend not to hear it, it grows stronger. So listen. Can you hear it now? That faint heartbeat of something you buried long ago? It's not gone. It's waiting. Waiting for you to turn around. Waiting for you to face the truth you've avoided. This isn't just a secret. It's a confession, because the thing you fear the most isn't the darkness around you. It's the light still burning inside you, begging to be seen. You've followed the trail. You've seen the signs. You felt the silence of something precious that's gone missing. A dream that once lived inside you, now lies cold and forgotten. And tonight we stand over its memory. The clues are everywhere, scattered across your past. Moments of hesitation. Decisions made out of fear. Times you said no when your heart screamed yes. Times you let comfort win over courage. You search for someone to blame. You look at the world, the circumstances, the people who doubted you. You point your finger at bad luck, at timing, at fate itself. But the truth doesn't hide out there. It lives much closer. So take a deep breath. Look in the mirror. Because the real killer is staring right back at you. Yes, it was you. You silenced your own voice. You buried your own fire. You built your own cage and locked the door from the inside. But this isn't about guilt. It's about awakening, because the same hands that destroyed can also rebuild. The same mind that created fear can also create freedom. You hold both the weapon and the key. And in this moment, you have a choice. To keep running from the reflection, or to face it, forgive it, and rise from it. The mystery was never who committed the crime. It was whether you'd ever be brave enough to admit It was you all along. Look at me for a moment. No distractions, no noise. Just you and me and the truth between us. You felt this before, haven't you? A quiet ache inside, when you realize you were meant for more. A pull in your chest when you see someone living the life you once dreamed of. It's not jealousy, it's memory. Reminder of what you used to believe was possible. And I know it hurts. It hurts to admit that somewhere along the way, you stopped believing. That you traded passion for comfort and purpose for safety. But listen to me, that doesn't make you weak. It makes you human, because every one of us has stood in that same place. Every one of us has looked at our reflection and seen both a fighter and a forgiver staring back. And it's in that moment, that fragile, honest moment, that change begins. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. Your story didn't end when your dream died. It paused, waiting for you to return. So take this breath. Feel it fill your lungs. That's life reminding you that you still have a chance. Look around you. You're not alone. We all carry our own unfinished chapters. But tonight, right now, you can decide to start writing again. Because the same heart that once broke still beats with hope, fear, and destiny. They've been at war inside you for a long time. You feel it every time you stand at the edge of something new. That trembling in your chest, ISNT weakness, it's the battlefield where choice is made. Fear whispers, stay where you are. It promises safety, comfort, control. It tells you that if you don't try, you can't fail. It builds walls around your heart and calls them protection. But what it really does is kill what was meant to live. Because fear doesn't come with chains. It comes with excuses. It dresses up as logic. It says maybe later, what if it doesn't work? And slowly it drains the color out of your destiny. But destiny, oh, destiny doesn't whisper.
Us.
It roars. It calls you to rise when fear says run. It pulls you toward purpose, even when everything inside you shakes. Destiny doesn't wait for permission. It demands courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's movement in spite of it. It's taking one step, even when your knees are trembling. It's trusting that what's inside you is stronger than what's against you. Every dream that ever lived was born in someone who felt fear and chose destiny instead. So when fear says you can't, let destiny answer. Watch me, because the moment you stop letting fear speak for you, your destiny finally gets the chance to speak through you. You can try to hide it. You can try to silence it. You can try to forget it. But you can't bury destiny. You can cover it with excuses. You can drown it in fear. You can run from it for years, pretending it never called your name. But you can't bury destiny. You can build walls of logic and call them reality. You can settle for comfort and call it peace. You can convince yourself that what you had was enough. But deep down, you know you can't bury destiny. Because destiny doesn't die. It waits. It lingers in the quiet, pulsing beneath the surface of your life. It beats in the silence between your thoughts, whispering, I'm still here. You can bury your dream under fear, but it will claw its way back through the cracks of your soul. You can bury your purpose under doubt, but it will rise again when you least expect it. You can change cities, change faces, change everything about your life, but you can't escape what was written for you. You can't bury destiny. Because destiny doesn't live in the world around you, it lives in the fire within you. And no matter how much dirt you throw on that flame, it will find a way to burn again. So stop digging graves for your greatness. Because no matter how deep you go, you can't bury destiny. For a long time, it felt like the light had gone out. Like everything you once believed in had turned to dust. The laughter faded, the dreams grew quiet, and the world around you became a little colder. You walked through days that felt heavy. You smiled when you didn't feel like it. You told everyone you were fine, but inside you knew something sacred had been lost. You thought that was the end. You thought the silence meant the story was over. But it wasn't, because even in the darkness something was still breathing. It was faint at first, a flicker, a whisper, a pulse. But it was enough. Enough to remind you that pain doesn't mean punishment. It means you're still alive. If you're still alive, then your purpose is still waiting. That darkness you walked through, it wasn't your ending. It was your awakening. It was the fire that burned away the doubt, the fear, the lies. It was the storm that revealed your strength. And now you rise. You rise with new power, new vision, new fire. You rise because you finally understand you were never broken. You were being rebuilt. The same darkness that tried to bury you has now become the ground you stand on. And when you speak, when you move, when you live, you become the proof that even in the deepest night, light always finds a way to return. Now the mystery stands before you. It's no longer hidden in shadows, staring you in the face, asking one simple question: what will you do now? Will you walk away, pretending you didn't see it? Or will you step forward, grab the truth with both hands, and face what's been haunting you? The clues have always been there. Every dream you buried, every spark you ignored. Every time your heart raced at the thought of doing something great, that was your purpose trying to reach you. This isn't about finding something new. It's about remembering something ancient inside you, something that refuses to die, something that's been calling your name again and again, waiting for you to finally answer. So solve the mystery. Reignite what you've let fade. Breathe life back into your passion. Pick up the pieces of your purpose and rebuild them with fire in your eyes. The world doesn't need another person just existing. It needs you alive, awake, unstoppable. It needs you to stand up and say, I remember who I am. So go back to the place where your dream first began. Reclaim it. Fight for it. Protect it. Never ever let it die again. Because this mystery was never meant to haunt you. It was meant to wake you. Now it's time to rise and bring your purpose back from the dead. This is the moment where the story changes. This is where the page turns, where the victim becomes the hero, and the silence finally breaks into a roar. You've seen the darkness. You felt the weight of it pressing against your chest, telling you that it's too late, that the ending has already been written. But I'm here to tell you it hasn't, not even close. Because the pen is still in your hand. The story is still yours to tell. You may have lost chapters. You may have walked through pain that tried to take everything from you. But your ending is not decided by what broke you. It's defined by what you choose to do next. So lift your head. Look your past in the eye. Say you don't own me anymore. Because from this moment on, you write the words. You create the meaning. You decide how it all ends. Let every heartbeat become a declaration that you are still here. Let every breath remind you that you still have time. Time to rebuild. Time to rise. Time to begin again. Don't let the story of your life end in regret. End it in fire. End it in truth. End it with the power of someone who refused to stay buried. Because you can't change how it began, but you can always rewrite the ending. Now, take a breath. Let it settle in. Let every word you've heard tonight find its place inside you. Not just in your mind, but in your heart. You've walked through the shadows with me. You've faced the silence, the truth, the reflection you used to avoid. You've seen what was lost, and what can still be found. And now there's a stillness in the air. A sacred pause. It's not emptiness. It's potential. It's the space between who you were and who you are about to become. Listen closely to that silence. It's not the end of the story. It's the inhale before the rebirth. It's your soul whispering, remember this. Because words fade, but moments like this, they stay. The echo of this truth will follow you. Well, it will rise in the quiet hours when doubt tries to crawl back in. It will remind you you are more than your fear. You are stronger than your past. You are still writing your story. So let the silence speak. Let it wrap around you like a promise. It's a promise that you'll never forget what you heard, what you felt, and what was awakened inside you tonight. And when you walk away, don't rush. Leave slowly. Let the words linger in your chest, because this is not goodbye. It's the beginning of the echo that will follow you forever. So when you walk out of this room tonight, don't let this just be another story you heard. Let it be the spark that starts your fire again. Let it be the moment you stopped waiting for permission and decided to rise. Because the mystery is no longer unsolved, you've found the truth. You've faced the fear. And now, you hold the power to change everything. So go live louder, dream bolder, love harder. So never let another part of you die in silence. You are not here by accident. You are here because something greater called you to remember who you are. So write your story. Speak your truth. Chase the purpose that was written into your soul. And when the world asks what happened to the person who once gave up, smile and tell them they didn't die. They came back to life, And this time, they're unstoppable.